Hey, what up everybody, this is Stevie Breach coming to you. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about TNA Impact Wrestling and the upcoming move until Wednesday nights. I was sort of really surprised by this. I think that basically when Triple H and WWE moved NXT, this went all down with the big wrestling move that went down a couple of months ago. Basically, SmackDown started this all out by moving SmackDown from Fridays to Thursdays, which moved NXT from Thursdays to Wednesdays. Impact Wrestling immediately moved their show from Wednesdays to Fridays, so they would run unopposed. Now, with Destination America, they're really looking at their whole deal with TNA Impact Wrestling, and as Dave Meltzer puts it in almost every episode of Observer Radio when he talks about TNA, is that Destination America right now has buyer's remorse. They're not really getting anything out of Impact they really thought they were going to do. If you look at the Destination America channel as a whole, you see lots and lots of television being canceled as of right now, and you sort of got to be looking at the future of Impact Wrestling. If this is guaranteed money that TNA is going to be getting, or if at any time they could pull the plug on Impact Wrestling. It seems that they're really on a short leash. Anytime you see a television show move days, it's never a good thing. It always means they're on a real short leash. They're just begging that this move will spark up some interest and they'll be able to put it in there. People have said for years that Friday was not a good night for wrestling. But if you think about when TNA first debuted on Spike Television, I think they even had a worse night on Saturday nights debuting, and they were able to really push through to there to really make Spike TV believe in the product, to give them an extra hour and move them to Thursday nights, and really set the tone for what Impact was going to be. Definitely, when you think about it, Wednesday night is not the best night for television, but it might be a better night for Impact. Their main problem is that there's not a whole bunch of people that are tuning in to watch it right now, and I don't really think the excuses that they're making, the story that Dave said about the upcoming holiday weekend is that Impact filmed a show that's not even going to air in America. It's only going to air in other countries around the world, because they fear that people are going to be going out of town and they're not going to watch it. I think that what they need to realize is that although you do hope that a lot of people tune in for the first showing of a television show, Dixie Carter talked about this on the Stone Cold Steve Austin show, the plus threes, the people who tune in within 3 days and watch it on their DVR, get added into the final number of the rating that comes out. And definitely you would think a lot of people that were going to DVR that show would have watched it within 3 days when they came back from their vacation, if they're even going on one. Honestly, I don't even know a lot of people that go on vacation for holiday weekends that much anymore. A lot of people take their vacations throughout the summers, and they're not really built around holiday weekends. That's just my life. Maybe people other places around the world can hear about it, but I think a lot of people are going to be making a big deal about Impact going up against NXT, starting up the Wednesday Night Wars. Honestly, I think of the WWE Network mostly as things that people watch on the on-demand. I see a number of people tuning in and watching NXT when it's on live, treating it like it's Monday Night Raw, live tweeting the show, but I don't see a lot of people doing it. And I know a lot of people watch NXT, but I think they casually view it on their own time. Some people might not even be caught up on the NXT, which is going down. They just make sure they catch up on NXT before the product comes out. I think a lot of people know that people watch NXT. You can see their live shows that they're doing in Philadelphia. They did the shows in, I guess they only did one show, WrestleMania weekend. They did a show in Cleveland. The NXT brand being out there and selling out and having huge crowds whenever they go places. You can tell that people watch it, but you can also tell that there's not a lot of people that really talk about it. I can honestly admit that I'm behind on watching NXT. When I watched the last live special, I said that I was going to start, watching NXT on a more normal basis, and I was really into it, but honestly, WrestleMania weekend took me out of it, and I haven't really been caught up in a good little while. I did watch the WrestleMania live shows that they did after those, but I didn't catch up to really get back on the schedule of Wednesday night is NXT night. And I am a few weeks behind, and I need to get caught up before the next special coming up with Sami Zayn going up against Kevin Owens. But, holiday weekend that's coming up, TNA is going to be airing TNA Slammiversary. I think they're going to be showing 2014, the show with Eric Young against Bobby Lashley is the main event. That's supposed to hype up, you caring about TNA Slammiversary 2015 coming up. Surprise, surprise, it's going to be highlighted by EC3 going up against Kurt Angle in the main event of that show. It's going to be held in Orlando. I don't know, TNA has held on for a long time. Every time you feel like they're on their shortest leash they've ever been on, they find a way to pull through. I don't really think that this is going to slam the door on the TNA. I really thought when Spike TV made the announcement that they were canceling the show, I really didn't think they'd find a second home out there. You can see a lot of people like Global Force Wrestling is out there. They're trying to get a television deal that they've been trying to get for almost 2 years. They're going to be filming a pilot, seeing if that helps them get things going. The New Japan show, when that first debuted on AXS, that had a whole lot of talk about it, but I don't really hear a whole lot of people talk about it anymore. There's a lot of people that watch Lucha Underground, but in the grand scheme of things, there's not really a lot of people that talk about Lucha Underground. I think it's really hard to get something going in the United States for wrestling if it's not WWE. They sort of have a stronghold on everything. We need a strong number 2 here, but it doesn't seem like TNA is that strong. So we'll have to see what the future brings for them. Them moving to Wednesday, honestly, I think is more of a plus than anything else. Definitely people will be watching television and being home more on a Wednesday than on a Friday. But we'll see what it builds for them in the future.